I was making beats for a pretty long time without selling anything. I got a couple songs here and there, but I was not really charging for them and barely making any money off my music. At the beginning of this year, everything changed. I started to frequently sell beats and sound kits and above all, making good money overall. That's why in this video, I want to talk about the major changes that I made in order to monetize my music and share my top key learnings of the past 6 months with you. If you've been making beats for a while and you are confident that they are good enough so you can sell them, but they did not really convert into sales yet, this is the right video for you. So let's get right into it. The first learning that I want to talk about is the base of everything. And it's also important for the other learnings that I want to talk about. The reason why I started making beats and the reason why I'm still pumped to keep going no matter what until this day is because I love to make songs. I just love the process from start to finish of being part of a cool song. And that's why in the last years I just cared about getting people on my beats rather than charging for them and making any money. And even that wasn't really successful. On the one hand, it didn't work out, and on the other hand, I was making no money. And that's why my first learning was to flip the switch and start to treat everything like a business. I know, I also mentioned this in one of my last videos about beat selling, but it's such an important and fundamental point, and as I said before, the base of every other key learning that I want to talk about in a minute, that I have to mention it as the first point. And honestly, I feel like you can't talk about that enough, and it's always good to remind yourself about that. The business approach just changed everything for me. It was like I flipped the switch and all of a sudden everything was clear ahead of me and I knew what I had to do. And this change in the overall approach is the base of the key learning that I want to talk about now. And to describe it a little bit better, I want to give you a quick analogy so that you can understand exactly what I'm talking about. Just imagine you are the owner of a bar. So you open up that bar and you offer drinks. Which kind of customers do you want in your bar? That people that come to you because you offer them free drinks, or the people that know the value of what you are offering and they are willing to pay the price? That's simple, right? Now you want to go a step further. You do not only want someone that pays for that drink one time, you want someone who is willing to pay for the drinks every time he comes to your bar. To keep the people coming to you, you need to create a service that good that if someone wants a specific drink, once again, you know he can come to you because you know what you're doing. And if we go back to the beat topic, it's about finding those artists, which are the customers that not only want to pay for the first beat they get from you. For example, I'm specialized in Lil Durk beats and all that paint stuff. They want beats like that. I want those people to come to me again. I want those people to know everything worked out perfectly. If they want that specific style, they can come to me because that's where they get the best service. So the key learning is that you want to work with artists that are willing to pay for their beats and then start to build relationships with those artists. In the last year, I realized that artists that don't pay for their beats are usually not dedicated anyways. And in my experience, it will not pay off in long term to work with those artists since you cannot really get something from it. Like there's not a huge brand value for you behind it. Usually you cannot collect any royalty money from it since they are not promoting their songs well, which has to do with the next topic that I want to talk about, which is one of the biggest mistakes that every creative does. And this leads to you not making any money with your beats, which you not want if you want to pursue this as more as a hobby. If an artist is not willing to invest into his career, what does that tell you about his ambitions? Same goes for producers. A lot of producers steal their plugins, rip off their drum kits, and even use cracked versions of their DAW. But if you want to be a committed producer and start to change that right now, and yeah, now I'm gonna advertise my stuff. I'm currently running a huge sale with 50% off on all my kits, which you can get with the first link in the description. But if you think, I don't know if it's worth it, you can see for yourself the quality of all my stuff because I also got 2 free loop kits, which you can get with the third and second link in the description. If you want to check that out, you're welcome. And one extra advice that I can give you related to the choice of your customers is to level up your customer service. After a beat sale, you want to reach out to the artist and check in if everything worked out with the downloads and the licensing and all that stuff. The customer service that you are offering is so important when it comes to building a customer base. If you don't know where to start, I personally use MailChimp. It's a tool where you can create email automations. You just have to set up these automations one time. You can also create a free account with limited functions. And by the way, this is not a product placement or anything. I don't get sponsored by them. I just want to share what I use so you can level up your customer service. That's it. The third key learning that I want to share with you is related to what I said about investing in yourself and your overall commitment. A lot of producers, and maybe you too, dream of making money with music, having big placements, cool songs, selling kits, all that stuff, but haven't checked fundamental boxes yet. And I want you to be honest to yourself whether this applies to you as well. Things like signing up for a PRO, starting a company, figuring out how the taxes in your country work. Those are things that make a huge huge difference in your mind how you treat this whole thing. Because what I realized is, if you don't do these things, you're just with one foot through the door. You're not really committed to your music career yet. Because if you, for example, start a company, of course you got different responsibilities now, but this has such a huge impact on your mental state, because automatically you treat the whole music business a little bit different. And this level of seriousness and commitment to your music career is exactly what everybody needs. And since I'm getting a lot of questions about those topics in the comment section or in my DMs, I decided to now offer one-on-one calls that you can book with me, where I will help you to find the right solutions for the specific questions you've got about your music career and bring your music career on the right track. So if that's interesting for you and you need help, you can check out the info box as well. Should be the fourth link now. And you can also contact me about that on my Instagram account, @spryng040. But if you have everything already figured out and you just want to know how to sell more beats, then this is the right video for you.